Hey, Stace.
Hello, Steve.
How are you?
All good. Really excited to be here tonight.
I am ready for this is our number three Q&A for the
It,
weekend to conquer cancer.
it sure is.
Well, I am coming to you live and in person from the new front desk of the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation. And I thought that today, for today's Q&A, that I would sit here behind the front desk of the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation, one of the, in fact, the largest fundraiser for cancer in the country, because pre-COVID, what we would never have at the front desk of the Princess Margaret is a lineup of people walking in the door, handing over checks. And so what we had to do was we had to create an event called the Weekend to Conquer Cancer. And, it's gone through a few name changes over the years, but it's a walk and it's the Weekend to Conquer Cancer. And that's what we're trying to do. And because people are not walking in to the front desk of the Princess Margaret, we had to create a walk so that people will walk in honor of people that they're in their lives that have been touched by cancer, and many of which are walking for themselves who have been touched by cancer. And all of us have been touched by cancer. So that's why I thought today I would sit here right in front. I would maybe later on, if we have time, I can show people around. But I'm sitting at the front desk. So if you see me waving, there might be a few of my colleagues walking by as they leave out the door. But so here I am. We are about to have on September the 12th, the Weekend to Conquer Cancer. And I can tell you it's getting really exciting with the fundraising, and registrations are still coming in. I think we had over 100 people sign up in the last like 8 or 9 days, and the fundraising is coming in like gangbusters. So it's awesome to see the pickup and the enthusiasm and the engagement from all of our walkers. So it's great to see. While other charities are canceling and postponing their events, we decided to move forward with our walk because our researchers are leaning on us more than ever before. And so because we can't organize a big, massive event like we typically do, we are asking everyone to pretend they're shopping at IKEA, because there is some assembly required with this event. And sometimes when you go to IKEA, you pick up something kind of easy to put together, something small, and it takes you half an hour. And just like we're asking people to go out and do their walk their way, right? You could do your own walk and it might take you half an hour. It might take you 10 minutes. You might walk around the block with your family. Well, sometimes you come back from IKEA with something pretty big and it takes you 3 hours or 4 hours to put that dining room table together or whatever it is that you bought. So, and there's going to be some people out there walking 20 kilometers or more. And in fact, I've heard of people who are really challenging themselves to go far. And then they're going back to their donors and they're saying, you know what, I'm going to walk 15 or I'm going to walk 20 kilometers. But I need you to help support me. And it's working because the donations are coming in. So that's, I just wanted to, just in case you see me waving, I wanted to make sure everyone knew that I'm sitting here at the front desk. I wanted to kick off our live Q&A, right here at ground zero of where we do all of our fundraising. I'm really looking forward to September the 12th. We have a number of questions to get through, and I have Stacey here with me, who is the director of the Weekend to Conquer Cancer. So we're going to get right into it, Stacey. I know we have a few questions coming in, so why don't we get into it?
We do. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Steve, for that wonderful introduction. And I echo it all. And in fact, this surge of registrations is really exciting because we can accommodate. We have the ability to accommodate double the registrants, triple the registrants, and they can come in from all over the world. So we've seen a real surge in pan-Canadian teams. And we're hoping that keeps continuing to go right up until event day. But let's lead off here. We've got our first question is from Pete, and he is asking, why is it important to complete online check-in? Well, a great question and very timely, because our online check-in just launched late last week, and it is, if you want to be able to pick your route when you do your online check-in, that's really important for us because it helps us determine where people will be walking, and that helps us decide on where we place our hydration stations. So because it, unlike years past where we would have one or two designated routes, where we would be certain all of our registrants and participants would pass through, it's not like that for this year. However, we do know that there will be a couple of routes that are fan favorites. For example, passing by the Princess Margaret Cancer Center, or doing the route along the waterfront that we did for City Nights last year, or going up to Boyd Conservation Area like we did last year. That's a beautiful 25K walk. So the more people that do online check-in in advance, the more we can have a better idea of where to place our hydration stations and have people cheering you on, and try to make it as much similar in terms of experience as possible, given that we still need to adhere to social distancing rules. The other reason that online check-in is really critical for us this year is because we launched a Path to Perks program, which many of you probably already know about, where you get perks depending on the level of fundraising that you've achieved. And so if you do your online check-in in advance, then you can also select where you'd like to pick up your perks. We'll talk a bit more about that in detail a little bit later on, but that's really why we are trying to get everybody to do online check-in. We'd love it for everybody that's registered to complete by tomorrow. That would give us the best chance of planning. However, we will be doing rolling online check-in right up until September the 10th, if you want to be able to pick up your perks on the 11th. And we're doing online check-in right up until the 11th. However, if you wait that long, you will have to wait until after the event to pick up your perks. So hopefully that answers your question, Pete.
All right. So talking about the path to perks, I think we have, well, Alex has asked, I would love to see what the sweatshirts look like, because I believe in the last Q&A we shared with everybody some of the designs, but now we want to share all the other designs of what we have in store on the Path to Perks program. So by the way, all this is on the website, so if you wanted to go check it out, you can see what we have. So why don't we pull up, so here is our armband. So I'm going to tell you a little bit later on about listening to music on your walk. But here's an armband that you will receive at $100. So low barrier to entry to get the official Weekend to Conquer Cancer workout band. And next we have, here's our long sleeve shirt with the weekend branding on the front, Princess Margaret Cancer Center on the nape and the back. So that's at $300. And see, I told you, I'm getting distracted by my colleagues. They're walking by right now. And here's the hooded sweatshirt, and you get some La Roche-Posay product, sunscreen, I believe. So $1,500. This is what you're going to get, this most amazing sweatshirt. So that's what you want to get and achieve at $1,500. And here is the whole entire bag of tricks that we're trying to inspire you all to fundraise. So I did have a question. I think it came up in the last Q&A. If I hit 1,500, do I get everything, or do I just get the sweatshirt? No, you absolutely get everything. So including the cooler bag, so you can store your Colio wine in the cooler bag, so that when you finish your epic walk on September the 12th, your wine will be waiting for you wherever you are. And of course, you'll use the tumbler to drink it as well. So there's our entire Path to Perks program. Pretty cool list of stuff. And so we hope that you strive towards that $1,500 mark. And like I said before, and you heard from Stacey, we need you to check in online. There are some people, for example, who are at $1,100, $1,200 right now. If you let us know during the online check-in process that you're aiming for $1,500, then we know to order an extra sweatshirt. So that's why it's really important for us to have that insight onto where you're planning on going. So there you go, Alex, on the sweatshirt design.
Oh, can I also add, Steve, that if people fundraise over and above what they had expected to fundraise, we will keep calculating that for you, and you have up until 2 months after the event to keep fundraising. And so if you achieve other levels, we will make sure that you do receive those perks as well. So no need to stop on September the 12th. You can keep going for another 2 months.
Yeah, and Stacey, I've seen with other events when the virtual event is happening, like so for people who are familiar with Princess Margaret, we had our virtual ride to conquer cancer last weekend, and I heard about a good friend of mine who posted on social media all about his virtual ride, and his friends who he had asked for donations for via email, they kind of forgot about him. But then when he saw him posting on social media, all of a sudden they said, "Oh man, I have to donate to my friend." And I think that same phenomenon is going to go on here. You might be asking your friends to sponsor you for the weekend, and they ignore it or they delay, and then you post on social media, and then you see a flood of donations coming in, either on the event or the week after the event. So you still, as Stacey said, you have a lot of time to fundraise after the fact to earn all these rewards.
Absolutely. Okay, so we've got the next question, which has come in from Hannah. Where are the pickup locations again? Yes, we've mentioned them a few times, but that's okay. They're also available on our website. So for any of this information, you can always go to www.weekendtoconquercancer.ca and look in the event details location, and you'll be able to find all of this information. But I believe we've got a slide here. So we've got 3 different pickup locations across the GTA. One is Midtown Toronto, so Yonge and Eglinton, and we have the exact address there for you. The next is west of the GTA, it's Mississauga at an Apple self-storage. And then the final location is to the east. It's at Scarborough Town Center, and it's curbside pickup right at the CIBC, who, as you know, is one of our founding partners. So again, when you're doing your online check-in, you'll be able to select not just the location, but also the date and time range of your pickup. So it's really customizable. We've tried our very best to accommodate the vast majority of our walkers in terms of location, and we've also tried to accommodate with a variety of times. So there you go. That's where the pickup locations are.
And Stacey, I'm sure you've mentioned before, there's social distancing measures will apply. Like all of our volunteers and team will be wearing masks, and we're asking people to space themselves out as they approach the tent or wherever we may be. So when they pick up their gear, everything's socially distanced and etc. So just in case you're thinking about that. Okay, Joe says, can I pick up another walker's package on their behalf? Absolutely. So let's say you're a team captain and you want to pick up all the swag for all 5 of the walkers on your team, then absolutely send a note to our to the walk office and let them know. But our team is pretty good. Like, we'll take the names of everybody you're picking up the Path to Perks rewards for, and we'll note that down in our database. So we want to make it easy for everybody so that not everyone has to come down and pick up. So yes, absolutely you can, Joe.
Okay, Ray is asking, what time is the opening and closing ceremonies and what's happening? Well, great questions. I mean, this has been, I think, top of mind for everybody that has heard about a virtual event or signed up for a virtual event. It's a little bit confusing because we're in a new virtual world, but rest assured, we have tried to craft both an opening and a closing ceremonies that will be memorable. Certainly unlike anything that you've experienced before. However, we're trying to weave in a lot of the elements that if you're a returning walker, you'll recognize. So the first thing to note is that we have an opening ceremonies that starts at 8:30 in the morning on Saturday, September the 12th. It's going to be live streamed very much in a similar fashion as this is. So you could watch it via Facebook, on YouTube. We're also going to have it on our homepage of our website. And so if you choose to join us at 8:30, it'll be truly live at that time. However, of course, it's going to be living on our website as a recording and on YouTube and on Facebook. So if you happen to want to sleep in on Saturday morning and do your walk a little bit later and you wanted to watch the opening ceremonies at your leisure, you can certainly do that too. We're planning for a really succinct, powerful, impactful opening ceremonies. It'll be about 15 minutes. And of course, we're really hoping that it's the kickoff to your walk and inspires you to continue fundraising and walk long distances and conquer cancer together as a community. I mean, we're doing our very best to try to build community in this virtual world. So that's the opening. The closing will happen also on September the 12th, starting at 5 o'clock. So we understand some people will have finished their walks earlier than that. Again, we're trying to accommodate as many people as possible, and we are hoping for a 5 o'clock start. It'll probably be about an hour long. And what we'll be doing during those closing ceremonies is celebrating all of our amazing walkers. So we'll talk more a little bit later about social media and how you can really use it to amplify our message and advance our mission. And we're hoping that if you use the hashtag walk on in all of those videos or photos, we'll be able to collect them because of the hashtag, and then we'll be able to share them at the closing ceremony. So the more that you do on social media, the more better chance you have of being featured in our closing ceremonies. And we're going to do our very best to highlight as many walkers and as many teams as possible to really celebrate, and again, celebrate the community and build community and celebrate our achievement as a community.
Yes, and Stacey, just in case some of our walkers are not on social media, you can also email any pictures that you collect on your virtual walk. Send them into the walk office, so Shasa and crew can take those pictures, and we'll do our best to get them into our sort of finishing celebratory video of what's transpired on the day. So if you're not a social media savvy expert, we'll take care of you. Okay, and talking about celebrating, I think the next question is related to our closing ceremony toast, and I think we have a graphic to show. Here it is. So this is located in the participant center. So if you download or print a copy of this voucher, so just remember, it's in the participant center, so it's not just on the website. So you have to log in, print this out, and go to one of the locations listed on the voucher. So the locations are, they're all over the place in Southern Ontario: Harrow, Windsor, London, Hamilton, Burlington, Peterborough, the Sioux, and there's a couple of places in Toronto. So if you go and buy a 750 milliliter bottle of Girls Night Out red or white sangria, you get a free 473 milliliter can. Not the little cans, but I'm talking the big cans of the Girls Night Out red or white sangria. So you can celebrate with Stacey and I at your finish line on September the 12th at about 5 o'clock. So make sure you download that voucher in your participant center.
Looking forward to that for sure.
Me too.
Okay, so Julie now wants to know, how do I find the suggested routes? An excellent question, considering we're all going to be in disparate places walking. So we've got a couple of ways for you to find the suggested routes. One is to go on the website, and in event details, we do have a suggested route tab, and there are about 5 different routes that are listed there with a link to our Strava club. And if you haven't heard about Strava yet, I encourage you all to have a look. It's a free app, and here is showing an image of one of the routes that we've uploaded into Strava. So you can join for free, and once you join Strava, you can search for the Weekend to Conquer Cancer Club. We've created a club, and in that club, we have routes. We've got at least 10 of them right now. We're going to be uploading more as we get closer to the day. And there's a little community of competition on Strava as well. So Strava will track your the route, so the number of kilometers, also how fast you've been walking or slow you've been walking, and it'll even give you some elevation statistics. So those routes can be shared also through Facebook, and it's a really exciting app. So those would be the 2 ways that you can find the suggested routes. If you do use Strava, at the end of your route, it will always prompt you to take a photo. And if you do that, that would be wonderful, especially if you could capture a landmark in it. And then once you've taken that photo and you've got your route, you can actually upload it, post it to Facebook. So, of course, you'd have to be already signed up for all of those apps, but they're all free and it's very easy to use. We also have expertise at our walk office if you are struggling a little bit. We've helped a number of participants already get themselves walk ready with these apps. However, as I mentioned right at the start, you could just look at the routes on our website or make up your own route, and that counts too. So that's. I hope that answers your question.
Louise asked, "What music should I listen to?" And by the way, Stacey, did you know that Madonna's middle name is Louise? I just
I
learned that.
did not know that, Steve, but I'm
Well,
glad
so
that you do.
yeah, well, Louise, she must be a musical person, so she's wondering what should I listen to. So great question, Louise. So we have a great answer for that. We have partnered with Spotify, and we have a Spotify playlist. I think it's up to there. It is. It's up to 3 hours. Oh, and if you like look really closely at the number one song on the playlist, it's Earth, Wind, and Fire, September, which is like so perfect because we're right in the smack middle of September for the Weekend to Conquer Cancer. So again, it's a 3 hour playlist. You can Spotify is free to join. You can do the paid where you don't get the ads, or you can listen to IKEA ads on the free version, and you can think about how we're all creating our own walks. As I said, some assembly required, but Spotify. 3 hour playlist. It's created by Evolve Entertainment, and we told Evolve Entertainment about our demographics of the Weekend to Conquer Cancer, and they came up with this amazing playlist. So make sure you download it and listen to it while you're walking on September 12th.
Terrific. I'm looking forward to that playlist. Okay. Teresa wants to know, what hashtag should I use when posting pictures of my walk? And great question. I think we've mentioned it a few times, but we will keep mentioning it. It is hashtag walk on. And you can use that hashtag on Facebook, on Instagram, Strava, Twitter. So basically, you take a picture, and in your comments, as you're drafting whatever message you want to draft, please use hashtag walk on. And we this year have some graphics that we created to make it easy for you guys to post on social media. So these are found in the on the website, again in the event details section, and you'll see some social media images. There are, I believe, there's a total of 4 of them. So here are 2 samples, and you can use them as a post in social media for yourself, or you can use your own pictures. We just thought that this might be helpful in case people are not wanting to take photos of themselves as they walk. They could use these. So hashtag walk on, and again, we're going to be aggregating all of those aggregating all of those photos and videos for our closing ceremonies.
Hashtag walk on. There it is on the screen.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there it is.
Excellent.
There's my hashtag. Okay. So Stacey was just talking about the virtual walk signs, but we also have printable walk signs that are available on the website. I think we've got some examples of some of the CIBC walk signs. So CIBC is for the veteran walkers out there. You would know that they're out there at a lot of the pit stops. They have cheer people out there. They're cheering us on all the way. And they typically have these signs that they hand out and they use. And so these signs are available on the website. You can download them, print them, and you can fill them in. Like, everyone is walking for somebody, and many people are walking for many people. There's all kinds of signs. There's signs that have some Princess Margaret branding on it. There's signs that indicate you're walking 15 kilometers or 25 kilometers. And so there's all kinds of great signs. Download them, print them out. We want to see you write in why you are walking. And then when you're walking, we want to see photos of you with these signs using the hashtag walk on, so that we can take those pictures and put them on our in our post-event video. So good question.
Yeah, and I really got to hand it to CIBC, one of our founding partner of the event. They've really gone above and beyond to help us create a digital cheer squad, to help encourage walkers to have fun with the walk and to really post pictures and videos and get involved and build community. So, we can't thank all of our sponsors enough, but especially CIBC, our founding partner.
Absolutely.
George is asking, are there any Q&As coming up? Well, this is our final one, George, with 11 days to the event. However, we have a very exciting event that will be happening a week from today. So next Tuesday, September the 8th, we've got Rose Reisman, who is one of our longstanding partners as well. And she is going to help us get walk ready with a healthy, energizing treats webinar. We've got the webinar link in our calendar on the website. We've also done some posts where we've given people the ingredients for 3 different treats that she's going to be helping us make in advance of the walk. So one is like an energy granola bar for the beginning of your walk. And then midway through the walk, we've got a energy ball that sounds delicious. I can't wait to make that one. And then for the end of the walk, she's going to teach us about a crumble that we can make for ourselves to really celebrate. So unfortunately, we won't be eating Rose Reisman's food at the event, which I know is a huge highlight for most walkers. But we will be using her recipes to teach ourselves how to make some of her delicious treats. So if you tune in at that webinar, you will have the opportunity to perhaps send in some questions if you've got any last minute queries. Otherwise, feel free to reach out to the walk office at any time via email. Again, the email can be found on our website, and our website is weekendtoconquercancer.ca, and or you can call, and the phone number is also on the website. We'd be delighted to answer any questions and help you get walk ready.
Walk on.
Yeah.
Paul asked, what's on the routes? So, as I said before, I'm going to keep saying it. This is IKEA, some assembly required. So if you're doing your own route, then you're kind of on your own. So make sure that you hit a Tim Hortons or something along the way. But we are going to be, we have posted already 5 suggested walk routes on the website, and there's 10. Also 10 on our Strava page, our Strava club. We have 10. And then what we're going to do, as Stacey indicated before, we're going to be posting in our online check-in, or we have posted, we want to get an idea of which routes people are going to be walking. And some of the more popular routes, we will add in a hydration station. So we will have like single-use water, single-use snacks, really simple things in a grab-and-go sort of situation. We are going to be having a little pit stop at Steam Whistle, where we are allowed to use the washrooms. Also at Boyd Conservation Area, there will be a grab-and-go there for sure. And then we're working on trying to get something organized for the front of Princess Margaret as well, because we know how important it is for people to walk in front of the Cancer Center. We'll offer hand sanitizer, sunscreen from La Roche-Posay, water, Band-Aids, and then, as I said, light snacks. So that is what is going to be on the route. So that we need you to do the online check-in, so we know which routes to make to support as much as possible.
Yeah, I just wanted to add the water is being provided by Coca-Cola, with another sponsor of ours for the event. So we've got La Roche-Posay as a sponsor providing sunscreen. Coca-Cola is going to be providing us with some water. We've got CIBC giving us the signs to use during the walk, and Colio for the toast. Pickle Barrel is pitching in for our Path to Perks. We're really, and Rose Reisman, of course, helping us get walk ready. So we've got a whole variety of ways that this virtual event is now, partnering and trying to bring value to you walkers to help make your walk as exciting and innovative as possible. So, do we have any other questions? Oh, yes. Matching campaign. Not exactly a question, more of an announcement. So we have an exciting matching campaign that's going to be launching tomorrow. So you guys are getting a sneak peek. You're hearing it first here. It's a matching campaign where we have $20,000 up for grabs. So here's how you can get matched. You need to raise $150, and for that $150, you will be matched $150, which means if you are currently on zero, or you know anybody currently on zero, they need to raise $150 quickly before the funds run out. They'll get matched $150, and they will then earn on the path to perks the armband where they can carry their phone and listen to the Spotify playlist, and the long sleeve branded shirt for the event. So it's
no brainer. No brainer.
So once this is launched tomorrow, those funds are going to go quick. So I encourage all of you to take advantage and to let anybody you know who might be on your team or a friend that has signed up as well, to let them know that it's until funds run out. There's $20,000. It's going to go fast. We've got over 2,000 walkers already registered, and it's raise 150, and you will earn a match of 150. So we hope you're as excited as we are about that one.
And Stacey, based on how the fundraising is coming along, that's going to be gone like in 5 hours or less.
Well,
so people better jump on that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, and so with our campaigns, we always launch them with an email, and there'll be a social post as well.
Okay, perfect.
And that'll happen tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
is there a minimum? Says Pina Dugo. So this one is no Pina Dugo. There is no minimum that you need to raise this year. It's you know what, there's no registration fee. There's no minimum, and you know, I think that's why we've seen so many people signing up and just starting their fundraising now. There's no barrier. You know, in fact, I just want to do a shout out to Team RBC, who has, I think, 351. Is it now?
It is.
Yeah, like people signed up. So they have people coast to coast, all signed up, all walking to help conquer cancer in our lifetime. So Pina Dugo, you can sign up, no minimum, but we encourage you. And like you heard it here first. You know, if you raise $150 tomorrow, you'll get matched to $300. You've already earned 2 of your perks, and the sky's the limit. So you know, but you know, at the end of the day, just sidebar comment is, you know, we love to put the perks in there. We know that really motivates some people, but I think the reason why people are doing this event in the beginning is because they've been touched by cancer, and they also know that the cancer research here is world leading, and it helps benefit patients here at Princess Margaret, across Ontario, around the world. And really, that's why we're doing this. The bonuses are these fun things that we're giving away, but I just wanted to remind everyone why we're doing this at the end of the day. So I'll leave that with you, Pina, and I'm sure you're going to raise as much as possible.
Okay, Michelle is asking, how would I be able to video myself walking? Yes, a good question. If you have a smartphone, we can help you. So your camera app, you can either take the photo facing away from you or facing towards you. And if you don't know how to switch the camera from one to the other, find a teenager and they will be able to help you. And you can do that for photos and for videos. So, you know, if you're all by yourself walking and you want to take a photo or capture a video, then you might want to use a selfie stick or position your arm as far away as possible as you can to get a good shot. Otherwise, if you happen to be in an area where you can be socially distant with people, then you might want to do that. The other option would be if you are doing a route where you're going to be passing by one of our hydration stations, then we can take a photo with our camera and not even touch your camera, and use the hashtag, and then we'll have a photo for you that you could find on social media or we could email to you. So those are three ways that we can help with photos and videos. And remember, hashtag walk on.
Okay, what's next? Cat A, why are you asking what route we are taking? Are you going to have porta potties anywhere on the route? So I mentioned earlier at Boyd Provincial Park, they do have washrooms on site. Steam Whistle will be an official sort of hydration station. They have washrooms that we are allowed to use. And actually, Stacey, is a good question, because when people do online check-in, and if we get an overwhelming number of people saying they want to do a certain route, would we put a hydration station with a porta potty along any of those routes?
I think the porta potties has been a challenge because of permit requirements with the city. So
Right.
depending on where it is, so far we've had, it's been a big challenge. So I wouldn't want to make any promises, but certainly we could explore it again. And the rules are changing every day a little bit. So, if
Well,
it's possible, of course, we'll try to accommodate, but
well, the good news is most of our most popular routes do go by a fair amount of retail spaces that are open now, and they have washrooms available for the public. Okay, next question.
Pauline says, my Google Chrome browser won't work or allow me to do my online check-in. How do I do so? Oh, that's surprising and disappointing, but we usually find that people are able to use Google. So hopefully not too many people are having this difficulty. I might suggest just trying to refresh or maybe shutting down your computer and starting again. However, if you continue to encounter difficulties, I know that's really frustrating. And so what I would recommend is to email or call one of our walk coaches, and they can do the online check-in for you in tandem with you. So again, the phone number and the email address can be found very easily on our website, which is weekendtoconquercancer.ca, and hopefully they'll be able to help you with that with online check-in.
Leila asked, how long do we have to walk? So if you heard me at the very beginning, Leila, I said, you know what, it's your walk your way. You can walk around the block with your family, with your dog, with the stroller. You can walk 5 minutes. You can walk 5 hours. However, I am going to challenge some of the folks out there to, going back to the fact that cancer is the #1 disease killing Canadians. 220,000 Canadians will be diagnosed with cancer this year. It's the biggest thing affecting Canadians. And so we need to do something big. And so I'm challenging some of you longtime walkers to walk 10, 15, 20, 25K, maybe going back to the early days of the weekend, and try for a 30K day. I would love to see, and I will call you out if you post a 30-kilometer walk on Strava or just on Instagram or whatever social media you use, and you talk about how you just walked 30K to help support world-leading cancer research at Princess Margaret. Go big, go bold, and then go back to your donors and say, listen, I'm gonna be walking this far. I really need you to step up this year, because a lot of the other funding that our researchers rely on year after year is going to be tough. It's going to be tough this year. So they're going to be leaning on us. And so we need you to go big. But we're not going to mandate it. You can do absolutely anything you want. But I'm challenging some of you, you super fit walkers out there, to go big. Jillian Graham. Oh, more information on the matching.
Yeah, we'll send you guys an email out tomorrow. We'll go out to all participants as soon as the match is on, and we will also be posting on social media. So it'll happen sometime during the day tomorrow. I don't believe that we have the exact time set, but sometime during regular work hours tomorrow.
Check your email, Jillian.
Yeah, check your email.
Lena asked, she just logged on, so I'm assuming, what time is suggested that people start their routes, or does it matter? So no, you know what? We're going to have our opening ceremonies at 8:30. They're not going to take. They're going to be between 15 minutes and 25 minutes maximum. So you can start. You could start before if you really want. And then we hope you tune in to watch the opening ceremonies, as Stacey mentioned earlier. we're going to have a lot of the elements that we typically have, but we're going to shorten it right down because we know how impatient some of our walkers are and they want to get their walks going. But you can walk anytime. If the weather doesn't look so good, no problem. Delay it by an hour or two and then go out a little bit later. So there is no suggested time that you have to start. But we're just hoping and encouraging you to tune in at 8:30 and 5. But if you don't, then that's fine. If someone's going to take me up on my challenge and walk 30K and they want to be at 7 in the morning, they can always go back. And as Stacey mentioned, the opening and closing ceremonies will be posted so you could watch anytime.
Great. Okay. Jillian says, I initially had a goal of 500 and got that in 5 days. That's amazing. Way to go. I tried to increase to 750 and was advised, I can't see the rest of it.
Advised that is it matching? Sounds like Jillian.
I think I did see it. You know what? I see it in the sidebar here of this app, and it says she tried to increase it to 750, but she was advised the minimum was 1,500. Well, that's not correct. There is no minimum. So you can log into the participant center and adjust your goal the same way you chose a goal of 500 right at the start. You can go in and adjust it up as much or as little in increments as you like. So if you want to go in every day and ratchet up by $50 every day, you can do that as well. So please have a log back into the participant center and you should be able to do that. And if not, please give the office a call and they can help you with that.
Deja vu. Barb Myers. Deja vu can be very scary. I have had the pleasure of walking in many different provinces and value all of them. And why is it getting cut off? We can't see the end of that.
I did see this question also in the feed, and I think what Barb was concerned about is that this is the first year she hasn't seen a push for re-reg for 2021.
I can answer that one. Barb, do not worry, because I know, and Barb, just for the listeners out there, in fact, it's so great to see all the people with their messages on the sidebar. I see some longtime supporters and some new people, coming in. But Barb, don't you worry. We're part of the reason, I'll just be straight up and frank and transparent with you. One of the reasons why we haven't done a re-registration yet is because we're still trying to figure out with the pandemic regulations what we're going to be able to do. So it's going to take us a few weeks to figure out what we're going to be offering for 2021. But rest assured, we are putting on a walk next year. So save the date, mark it in your calendar, Barb, and everybody else out there. We're going to be hosting a walk. It's just, is it going to be virtual again? Is it going to be virtual with some in-person activations, or will we find out a month from now that there's a vaccine on the horizon and that we can go back to in-person events by, a year from now? So there's a lot of moving parts. We've been building the plane as we're flying it, as I always like to say around here. But Barb, mark it down in pen, not in pencil, but in pen. Put it on your calendar. We want you back next year.
I'll add to that also, right after this year's event, we're going to be putting out a survey to all of our participants and asking questions that will help us shape next year's event. So because this is the first year that we've ever done virtual, we're trying all sorts of new things, and some hopefully will soar and others might, hopefully not, but there might be some ideas that fall flat. And so that survey will provide you with an opportunity for all sorts of constructive criticism. And please be kind. We're trying our very, very best. And it'll help us build the 2021 event in tandem with, as Steve said, all of the social guidelines that may or may not be in place.
Great point, Stacey. Next question from Sandeep. I will be ready with my Bhangra dance in support of the Weekend to Conquer Cancer. It will be a lot of fun. So I am excited to see what that dance looks like. So Sandeep, please post that video to social. That's right. Hashtag walk on.
Walk on.
Okay. What other questions are there? There's a lot of people posting why they're walking, which is awesome. There's
Yeah.
Roberta. I know she's been a long-time supporter. Can't wait for the walk. We're going to have a good time. We absolutely are, Roberta, and I can't wait to see what you post on social media on September the 12th. I see some people walking in Winnipeg. And by the way, we want to see people. Here's another suggestion. When you're walking out there, get a picture of you walking in front of your city sign. I want to see some creative, awesome cities and towns all over the country. That would be really cool to help fill out our video that we're going to create.
Yeah, here Ryan's saying, cannot wait for this event. The cause is super close to my heart and proud to have been participating since 2007. Wow, you're a veteran. Thank
Ryan,
you
way to
so
go.
much.
I did the weekend to end breast cancer in 2007 as well, Ryan. So I haven't done them all. It sounds like you have, but thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts here at the foundation for all your longtime support.
Oh, Roberta says, I'm walking for me. I've been diagnosed with breast cancer 3 months ago. Going to be very emotional this year. Roberta, we wish you all the best, and your courage is inspiring. And, this is why we continue on, why this walk happens annually, and all of our other fundraising initiatives. We, as the Princess Margaret Cancer Foundation, are on a mission to conquer cancer in our lifetime. And we will not rest until we've achieved the goal of that mission. And so we're walking for you, Roberta, and walk on.
And Roberta, I think you might know, if you're familiar with some of the research here at Princess Margaret, we have Dr. Takmak here at the Princess Margaret, who has made some seminal discoveries as it relates to immune therapy and breast cancer. What his work has done 10, 15 years ago has paid it forward so that people like you have a much better chance. And I'm excited about the prospects of what people now have in front of them for certain types of cancers. And so I know it's going to be a tough road for you, but we appreciate your support. And I look forward to hearing from you on September the 12th, Roberta.
Well, Lena says she's a returning walker walking for her mom. Beautiful. Beautiful. As these comments are getting loaded up, I did think of one more thing that I should mention, and it was I was reminded of it when I got that comment of the person who was having difficulty with Google Chrome, and that is when you're getting ready to watch the opening or closing ceremonies, please, please, please keep refreshing your browser, because we are going to be loading these live streams up, and sometimes if you've had your computer on for more than about 10 minutes in advance of the event, you won't get the feed loaded on. You have to refresh so that it's there. So if you're getting close to the opening at 8:30 in the morning or close to the closing at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and you don't see it, please don't panic. Keep refreshing your browser and it will populate. There'll be a placeholder for a while, just like there was at the beginning of this event. And then eventually the live stream will kick in. So again, just keep refreshing, please.
Okay, I think that's it. So, Stacey, I'm going to let you finish it off.
Well, thank you all for tuning in to our third and final question and answer for the Weekend to Conquer Cancer. We hope that we covered everything that you were wondering about and have inspired you for your walk to make it a really exciting and innovative walk, and inspiring and motivating you to help us with our mission, amplifying our mission throughout your walk by using #WalkOn. And we're just so grateful for everybody who has already started fundraising, and grateful to all of you who will continue to fundraise and participate and be a part of our wonderful, wonderful Weekend to Conquer Cancer community. We're just so appreciative and looking forward to seeing videos and photos from all of you and connecting. Keep connecting. COVID can't stop us, and we're going to have a great event.
Well said, Stacey. Walk on, everybody. We'll see you in a couple of weeks or less.
All right. Walk on.
Bye now.